Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where I will just be reacting and giving my opinions on the new balance changes in Update 45 for BTD6. Let's get started. First we have additions. I don't really care, none of these really affect chimps at all, except Fast Track, which will allow you to black border maps easier. It doesn't work on chimps, obviously. But yeah, that's just going to be annoying. Well, no, it's going to help, but yeah. Tower fixes. Okay, cool. What's next? When do we actually get balance changes? Okay. So let's see what happens. Okay. Dartmonkey. Juggernaut knockback amount increased. Okay. Extra crossbow pierce for the top crosspath. This doesn't really affect much at all. This doesn't do much either. I don't think this is really useful. The projectile lifespan multiplier for darts, I don't think that's super useful. Sharpshooter range is 60, okay. These changes, all for the bottom path Dartmonkey, pretty much do nothing. I don't think these are going to do much at all. Next we have Boomerang. Glavelord nerf, yep, that's expected. Okay, here's what there is. So Glavelord DOT reduction reduced, that's going to hurt a lot with the harmonic synergy for round 100, but that should be it. I don't really see any other instance where that's useful, because if ZOMGs take more than 15 seconds to die, you're probably doing something wrong anyway, so yeah. And then price increase, that was expected. Very, very expected. They reverted the Moab press change, the top crosspath change, that's nice. So now top crosspath is actually good again. That's nice to see. Boomer Paragon price buff, I don't really care. Really big bombs, literally nobody cares. Really big bombs, pushback 10 to 20, okay. I saw these next two changes and I'm so upset, okay. Balloon Crush pushback amount to Moab class Bloons unchanged. Why is this a change? Why do they keep feeling the need to nerf Elim? Elim is already, like, mediocre at best. Stop nerfing it. Why does it need to lose normal type? That is actually so dumb. That's, like, actually really, really dumb. I think that's kind of stupid. I don't think that. I think that's really dumb. Useless change. And then this also doesn't. I don't think this affects much, because Recursive Cluster already has a pretty good projectile speed. Next we have Ice Shards decamo? That's a weird change. Okay, that's a weird change. I don't think that really does anything super important, but that could be interesting. Absolute Zero price buff, or not that's not a price buff, that's a cryo price buff, but this also doesn't really affect it. Absolute Zero main attack doesn't really matter. Cryo buffs, I don't really think cryo is going to be super useful anyway, but okay. Bloon Dissolver price buff. You always like to see it because it sucks. They buffed the attack speed too. That's also cool. Okay, so they're just trying to make the stepping stone for Liquefier a lot better. But then they're also nerfing Solver. I don't know how to feel about this damage nerf. That's a 25% damage. Huh? What is the point of that? Okay. So they just want Solver to suck, and they want every DPS tower to suck? That's great. DPS is even more garbage than it was before. That's cool. Yeah, Bloon Solver price, or Bloon Solver nerf. Okay. Also, this price change doesn't really do anything, because it's the same price, just shifted. Blue Hose range increase, that might be useful. Don't think so. Bounce distance on the sniper also doesn't matter at all. That's just not important. Reactor doesn't matter. They finally increased ballistic base damage. I've been asking for this change for like 2 patches now, and they finally did it. Finally, ballistic doesn't suck that bad. Okay. And then just reduction. This is still like... No, this is actually the same amount of damage to ceramics, but a little bit more to Moabs, which is nice. But a pierce reduction as a cost, I don't really care. That doesn't do much. But still, ballistic buff. You'd never see a ballistic buff. but also sub-Paragon buffs. Or, that's a nerf? I can't really tell. I don't use Paragons at all. Aircraft carrier nerf. Okay, that's also expected. I think this was very expected. Main attack. Wait a minute. Flagship was bugged. Oh wait, that's main attack. Never mind. I thought that was airplane damage. Doesn't seem like they fixed the bug though. Let me check. Did they fix the flagship bug? Ah, okay, never mind. They actually did patch the flagship bug. For context, there was a flagship bug last patch that gave the bottom crosspath double pierce for literally no reason. Seems like they patched that. Unfortunate, but they increased the main attack pierce. Don't think that's going to be useful at all. And then Pirate Lord buff and Monkey Pirates buff. Okay, cool. I don't think that's going to be super useful. Fighter plane buffs. I don't think that really changes anything. And then SAR changes for the main attack. Also pretty useless. Next, we've got... Okay, so you can actually stall with Apache now. That's cool, because the missiles won't just insta-kill any stalled ceramics you have, or stalled Moabs. That's pretty nice. Downdraft buff. Okay. They nerfed shove. And then they... Did they... Okay, they buffed the Comanche Pierce. Shove nerf is kind of justified, but that's actually really annoying. That's just really bad. That's really, really bad. That's going to hurt a lot of strategies, I think. Especially, like, not so much casual play in Black Borders as much, but in higher level play, shove is very, very good, and the shove nerf is kind of annoying. So they... all of these mortar changes are useless. For Shell Shock, this literally does nothing. That doesn't do anything. So they nerfed Big One. What? They nerfed Big One. That's weird. I don't think that's just dumb. If you know anything about how Big One works right now, it's really bad, and nerfing it is stupid. Bonus damage to make up for it, still not really worth it. And then Biggest One buffs, that's fine. Biggest One's already pretty bad, so might as well buff it a little bit. 502 is still going to be bad. And now they're trying to buff 052 pop and all. That's cool. I don't think anyone's ever going to use that. Shattering Shell's price buff is nice. It's less of a, like... It being a completely, like, a round 98 destroyer is slightly cheaper now, which is nice to see, but not super, super useful. Laser Cannon Laser Cannon damage buff. I saw this drafted a few times, so that actually kind of makes sense. Ray of Doom price buff. Okay, that might make it a little bit more viable in chimps. Still a nightmare to save up for, but I guess you can do some more cool runs with that. Legend of the Night price buff, okay. Temple buffs, I don't use temples, so I don't know. Ninja, we've got Flash Bomb Pierce buffs. Sticky Bomb no longer increases range. I have no idea what the point of this is. I guess it's just even worse against round 100 now, even though they already nerfed it. Okay. What's their reasoning for this? They don't say why they're doing that. Okay, that's weird. And then they're buffing Master Bomber in a useless way. Next, we just have some price shifts from Berserker Brew and Stim. That makes sense. B Brew is very, very good, and Stim is kind of weak, so changing that makes a little bit of sense. Wait, Total Transformation couldn't transform Mermonkey? That's pretty funny. Anyway, oh, Storm Druid nerf. That's not really useful at all. Druid of the Storm Tornado weakness changed from lead to... Okay. That also doesn't really do much. I don't think that does much, at least. Ball Lightning, that's a funny change. Ball Lightning is already kind of bad, but yeah, okay. So that also Super Storm Pierce buff doesn't do much, specifically to DDTs anyway. Druid of the Jungle Brambles can now receive rate buffs. That's actually... Wait, what? Wait. So they made it rate buffable. But they killed J-Bounty. They have J-Bounty damage. gave it more cooldown. Or, no, wait, that's a lower cooldown, I think? I have no idea. But then also made it so that it can attack faster. And also increase the track duration. Wait a minute, that's just a spirit nerf. I'm pretty sure that just nerfs spirit, because what used to make spirit good is that you could alch buff it. It wouldn't buff the attack speed at all, but it would still buff the damage, and then you could also pickle it with no cost, because Jerry's pickles would not affect the attack speed of it. It would just increase the damage. But now they're changing how that works. I think that might be an overall buff, but it seems like a spirit nerf, which is very weird. Mermonkey price buff, that was required. And projectile lifespan increase, useless really. Here are some price shifts, okay. Abyss Dweller, extra pierce, okay. Extra damage, always nice to see that. Pierce buff increase is actually very good. That'll allow for some other cool synergies with Permaspike, Carpet of Spikes, and other towers like that. Lord of the Abyss buff. And, wait, that's a big price cut, actually. That's actually a really big price cut. Cool. Lord of the Abyss should be a lot better now. Riptide Champion price decreased. Okay, that's very nice to see. Riptide Champion sucks, so, yeah. Arcanite Pierce. Yeah, no, this doesn't really do anything. Ability damage increased. Okay, so Arcanite is going to be even better on the maps that it's currently good on, which are wall maps, but nothing better on other maps. And just some pop side-in changes that I don't think are really going to help at all, or nerf it. This is what I expected. Oh my god, that's a big nerf. That's a really big nerf. I didn't expect that. Echo Sense is now 10x, but this is really a big nerf. That almost doubles the price of the tower. I don't really know how to feel about that, because that just makes Harmonic even worse. So, what Ninja Kiwi has started trying to do is they don't power nerf any strategy at all. They just make it insanely expensive to use. So, Glavelord Harmonic is just in the gutter now. That's just too expensive to really make work. That's annoying. The rest of these changes are just useless. Pierce unchanged. Also, did they patch the bug? There was another bug last patch with Symphonic Resonance that did a few weird things. Let's see. Did they change it? Spawn cooldown 6 to 12 seconds. Oh, okay, that's actually it can be redeployed, so they're not changing that. Can no longer place out of range with drop and lock. Wait, you could do that? Okay. And just a harmonic thing buff. Okay, that's cool. But, okay, anyway, back to the actual Mermonkey things. Not really super important. Spiked balls? Really? Spiked balls nerf? Spiked balls nerf? That's pointless. Spiked balls is already only used on Ravine and no other map. Fine. P-Spike nerf expected. That's normal. But only a very slight nerf. I expected a slightly larger nerf, but that's fine too. Ultra Boost use is changed. That's cool. I don't know anything about the Paragon. The range is okay. Okay, fine. That's a buff, I think, and then that also buffs Megalodon. Fairly useless. And let's see how they killed Condor. Wait, what? They didn't change Condor? Wait a minute. They didn't change Condor. Okay, wait, so Owl can grab more ceramics. Owl can attack slower. And the merge range increase... Oh, wait, that's a... Okay, wait, so what does this say? They move slower, but move faster as they get merged. And attack slower. Okay, so they did change Condor, but very indirectly. It just attacks slower now. Okay, fine. The main power of it was being able to grab 2 BFBs at once for pretty much free. But let's see some hero balance. Ooh, they kind of reverted the changes a little bit. They buffed Churchill, so now he doesn't absolutely suck anymore. Maybe this is fine. Well, he's still probably the worst hero, but okay, maybe this is fine actually. I don't think these Churchill changes are too good, but they're better than it'll be better than it was last patch, which was very bad. Next, we've got Ezeli slight price buffs. That doesn't really matter, or not like damage buffs. That doesn't matter. Sada changes. Okay, what? Level 1 Pierce why Pierce nerf Sada? Okay. Sword Charge sweeps the path twice? Huh? Okay, that's weird. I don't exactly understand that, but I guess that's cool. And then a bunch of Corvus changes I don't understand because I don't use Corvus. I've never used Corvus once. I don't know how these affect it, but Overload nerfs, big Overload nerfs, even bigger Overload nerfs, Ancestral Might nerfs. I don't really know anything else, but I just know that these nerfs seem to be fairly large. For Rosalia, I'm not sure if these changes really do much, but yeah, no, that's cool actually. I feel like this will actually give Rosalia a bit more of a niche, sort of being really good at round 100, but I'm not entirely sure. And then the rest is just CT relics. Let's see, going forward. TAC Paragon, content update, game editor. Okay, cool. So let's recap just all of the changes that have really been made and all of the relevant ones, because there are only a few actually important ones. Big Glaive Lord nerfs and a revert to the Moab Press changes. 25% Solver nerf. I don't know what the point of that is, but okay. Slight ballistic buff. Aircraft carrier nuking. Well, it's not really a nuke, it's still okay. Shove nerf. Other than that, there wasn't else really too much that was super important. Other than the possible Spirit nerf. I'm not entirely sure about that, don't quote me there. Lord of the Abyss buff. Arctic Knight buff. And, Symphonic Resonance nuking. They actually just nuked the tower. And then they also nerfed Condor a little bit. So overall, this update was a lot of nerfing good towers, while not actually buffing any bad towers. Okay, fine. Anyway, yeah, that's really going to be all for today. Hope you have a nice rest of your day, and goodbye.